Hello, my name's Nicole Kaberry, and as a civil engineering student, for my project I've chosen to analyse and redesign an intersection that I use several times a day that I feel is confusing, congested and unsafe. I'm proposing that the intersection of Garden Street and Mallop Street in central Geelong be redesigned with the aim to develop a safer intersection that will improve the traffic flow, reduce delays and increase the level of service. These two streets form a T intersection, but as it is only metres from the entrance to the Eastern Gardens Reserve, many motorists are confused as to who has the right of way, as the intersection is not governed by either the rules of a typical T intersection or a four-way intersection. It also has inadequate bike lanes and lacks safe and clearly signed pedestrian crossings. Observations carried out to date indicate that up to 1,800 vehicles per hour use the intersection during morning peak flow and 2,000 vehicles per hour during the afternoon peak, with up to 100 pedestrians per hour and 36 cyclists per hour also observed using the intersection. As well as local traffic, the intersection also serves as a popular thoroughfare for residents of the Bellarine Peninsula and parts of the Surf Coast travelling to Geelong City and for those commuting to Melbourne. This is a particularly high growth area with population growth far exceeding the growth of Greater Geelong. In addition to daily traffic, the intersection also funnels large volumes of traffic in a short period of time from many public events held on the Geelong waterfront, such as sporting events, Carols by the Bay, the Festival of Sales and New Year's Eve celebrations, just to name a few. This leads to extended traffic queues and commute times that in turn impact many surrounding roads and intersections. Data obtained from VicRoads' publicly available crash statistics also indicate that 10 vehicle accidents have occurred within a 200-metre radius of the intersection in the past 5 years, with over 30% resulting in serious injury. I am proposing 4 different intersection redesigns. Each solution will be further developed using Austroads' Guide to Road Design. Austroads is the peak organisation of Australasian road transport and traffic agencies, and this guide covers the design, construction, maintenance and operation of the road networks in Australia and New Zealand. Specifically, I'll be using Part 4 of the guide covering intersections and crossings and Part 6A that covers pedestrians and cyclist paths. The 4 possible solutions to this problem that I'm exploring are: number 1, to improve signage. Erecting signs displaying the intersection layout to clarify who has right of way and warning signs to alert pedestrians to give way to vehicles and bicycles. This would be particularly helpful for road users that are unfamiliar with the intersection. Number 2, restrict through traffic during peak times. Southbound traffic travelling along Garden Street could be restricted during certain hours to allow traffic to flow more freely through the intersection. These motorists could be diverted along Eastern Circuit, an existing roadway that connects with Ryrie Street and continues on to the Bellarine Peninsula Arterial Road. Number 3, install a roundabout. Motorists and pedestrians alike generally understand road rules pertaining to roundabouts. I believe that a roundabout at this intersection would ease traffic congestion and would significantly reduce the number of conflict points in the intersection. However, a suitable size roundabout may be difficult to accommodate in the existing space. And finally, number 4, install traffic signals. Traffic lights and pedestrian walkways would clarify right-of-way issues and contribute to pedestrian safety, but may not alleviate the congestion at the intersection unless existing lanes were reconfigured and some parking spaces in Garden Street removed. Each design will be compared based on the following criteria. Transport criteria, including improvements to traffic congestion, traffic queues, commute times, clarity of way, and overall level of service. Economic criteria, that is, the costs involved with implementing the design, who bears the costs, and potential savings made as a result of the implementation. Social criteria, the safety, appearance, convenience and public opinion about the proposed changes. And environmental criteria, looking at both the positive and negative impacts on the surrounding area. The analysis will then be used to determine which option offers the best level of service, is practically viable and economically viable, meaning that it must be safe, be able to be integrated into the existing space and road configuration, and that the benefits to road users and the Geelong community outweigh the cost of physically implementing the solution. All 4 proposed solutions will be compared to the option of leaving the intersection as it is in order to compare the potential costs, benefits and impact of carrying out any improvements. The design deemed to be most viable will then be fully developed for Part B of my project. Thank you for viewing my presentation. Hope you found it informative and entertaining.
Created using Powtoon.